And good morning, everyone. Gregory here up in Bozeman. Wishing you
Robin
well.
here and downstairs.
Robin down here, over here in Bozeman downstairs. Um, so, we do these calls every Thursday, just like our Monday calls. It's kind of a roundtable product chat. This is our Thursday morning business chat. And we always look forward to hearing, success stories and questions and just sharing ideas on how we can all more effectively build our Lifeway business and community. So if any of you have any recent success stories, recent prospecting stories that we could all learn and celebrate with, or recent enrollments that you'd like to share, we'd love to hear that. I do want to kind of mention, as I said a few minutes ago before we got started, that I think that Emily, our director of global sales, did a fabulous job yesterday on a comp plan training. It was tighter and more condensed than the one she did previously, going through four ways that we earn money. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, if you missed it yesterday, I'm sure it'll be available for replay today, probably in the Facebook group, Lifeway Business Builders Facebook group, and probably on the Lifeway YouTube channel. But it was really good. I was really delighted that she's very articulate, clear, and able to make something that could otherwise be a little confusing, understandable for the average person. So great job, Emily.
It's going to be a great tool for people because she goes over all the nomenclature. And yesterday was about maximizing the comp plan. And she just went through it, part by part by part. And she gave definitions and then explained it and then gave examples, which is a great training technique. So we were impressed. Anyone else watch it?
Yes.
Want to comment?
Yeah.
Yes. What'd you think?
I agree. It was very succinct, and I like that she focused on the second two parts. Although I got to say, I thought the first one, although it was a little long, I thought she was very good in the first one, and it's very comprehensive for people that are willing to sit through it. So I thought they're both good. But yeah, yesterday was about where the nuts and bolts are, the two things that we care the most about, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Great. Anyone else want to comment that watched it? I don't see any other hands. Okay. Well, honey, should we talk about our call yesterday that we had with Jeff and Ryan?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, do you want to do it or you want me to?
I want you to.
So as many of us know, especially if you are in the customer acquisition mode, that there's been some challenges with the PC program. And, the company has clearly figured out it's an IT issue. They are remedying all the things. And we had our master customer getter and retention master, Connie Lucas, on with the global customer service person, Jeff, and Ryan, going through in detail what her experience has been, and they're making some fabulous changes. So, the beauty of this company is you just keep seeing it get better and better and better. And the feedback from the field is really important. And one of the things that has happened to some people is they said they're going to get a call back from customer service and they're not. And so it's really important when you talk to someone to get their name. And this is not to scold anyone, but it becomes a training opportunity for their manager. Excuse me. So customer service has expanded tremendously. There's a lot of new people. They're doing a really good job, and communication is getting better. And a lot of things that we've been wanting, like having a chat when you'll have an opportunity to do an online chat to get some customer service questions and issues handled. They're moving towards the direction. We don't know when that's going to happen, but we've also requested, some weekend customer service support, because that's when people are going for ranks. That's when specials end. And so they're listening, and it's really, really wonderful. Anyone have any questions or comments about any of that? No, I
Hey,
got it.
Robin, it's Helen. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, it's Helen. I was just curious if there will be anybody available for people like, say, in Australia, because they're the ones that have a hard time. It's closed. All the offices always closed by the time they get up, or not much office time.
That is a really good thing to put in writing and send it to Jeff. And, that unless they hear from what we want, they don't know. So please write that up and you can send it to me and I'll get it to Jeff, or I can give you Jeff's contact information. You can send it directly. That's great.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. And someone on an iPhone said yesterday was excellent. Yes, we agree. Yeah, Emily is fabulous, isn't she? She's just so on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, getting better and better, I think.
Everything, I mean, for those of you that have been around a little while, there's a lot of continuous improvement happening, which is fabulous. Honey, what else did I forget?
Well, I think we just commented, between you and I and Connie, what a great job the company is doing in hiring quality people. They've been growing consistently at 10 to 12% a month for the last 2 years, which is phenomenal. Okay. And it's hard to keep up with that kind of growth. Some companies, they grow 10% a year, they're happy. This company's growing 10 to 12% a month. So they've really been staffing. And, and when you add new people, it takes a little while for them to sink in and get trained. So, they have a lot of new customer service people that are being constantly trained and constantly challenged, So, but they're doing such a great job in hiring people. So I think hats off to them that they're staffing up, and whoever's doing the selection of their key people. When you look at folks like, Jeff and, Ryan and, our VIP and Emily and Rex, they're just, they're doing an excellent job of staffing up this network
Honey, why
market.
don't you mute everyone?
Okay.
Got a bunch of noise.
There you go. So if anybody, when you want to speak up, you have to unmute yourself. So that's the thing that I'm very delighted with, that, they're doing a really good job in product selection, in personnel selection. We kind of kid with Ryan, Ryan left a $500 million company from a senior management role to join a $200 million company that's going for $1 billion. And I think that's a very cool story. And, he's such a great guy, and he's really getting down to the nitty gritty of what the issues are. So, I was really delighted with our call yesterday.
Yeah.
And delighted with our call with Ryan and Jeff, the global customer service director, and Connie Lucas, our super spring sprinter, was on there with us because she's got so many customers. She knows all the little fine points of what could be better, what's working well and what could be even better. And they're very open. And I was delighted. Most of the things that Connie brought up, they're already working on. So they are really doing the best. And he estimated within the next 30 to 45 days, we'll start seeing some really substantial enhancements in the efficiency and effectiveness of the program.
And with that said, Diane asked, are they working on getting initial pay access improved? Yes. The answer is yes, Diane. Ryan will he knows how to do that. He's worked with Exigo, which is our software that we use, and he's worked with the pay system we have. And he knows that, that was like one of the first things I requested when I started early on. It's like, this takes too long and it's too complicated to get paid. You will see improvements in that very soon. Great question. Everything's going to be easier, guys. Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Who else wants to share? The sleepy morning?
Yeah. Who has a recent enrollment or, prospecting success? We started, as you know, on our Monday night calls talking about success leaves clues. And it's nice to just talk about successes on these calls also.
I'll share a brief story.
Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, so I reconnected, or I've stayed connected with one of my best friends from college. His younger brothers had health challenges, and he lives out on Cape Cod. And but he lived here for a while, and so I got to know him a little bit better, and then he moved back, 20 years ago or something. But I've stayed in touch and followed him. Anyway, I was able to get him some patches. His brother sponsored him, and paid for the patches to get him started. He has, like I said, lifelong health challenges, and and he's got 5,000 followers on Facebook. He sort of lives, because he's home so much, he really lives in that online world. He writes film reviews and things like that. But a lot of his people, they're in similar health challenges, and they support each other. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited, to have a reason to interact with him and to support him. And so anyway, that was a nice thing, just to stay connected to that, my East Coast sort of Boston friends. And so, yeah, so it goes beyond just selling products and helping people, but it keeps me, or gets me reconnected with people on a
That's
deeper
so
level.
great.
Yeah, I love that. So it's been great.
Thank you, Doug.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, please. Who's next? You know what happens if you guys don't talk, I do. So who's next?
I can attest to that.
Anne Marie here. I have a little something to say.
Yes, Anne Marie.
Yeah.
How was your face and everything?
Well, that's why I don't have the video on. Look, like I just had a facelift. It was an unwanted facelift.
At least
So
you're laughing
anyway.
about it.
Yeah, and the patches have helped tremendously. No pain from the get-go. So I have a friend who's owned a health food store for probably 30 years and been talking about the patches with her for several months. And she signed up as a gold. She enrolled as a gold on Tuesday. And this morning, right before this call, she had me on with one of the doctors who comes in to buy things from her health food store. And he has tons of patients in the area, and he came in as a gold just before this call. We had a nice chat, and he's good to go, and we're pretty excited.
Fabulous. Congratulations.
Yeah.
The popcorn's popping over there.
We're happy.
And
Yeah.
I think Anne Marie, let's see, we have someone else with their hand up. Stacy,
Mhm.
unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Excuse me. East Coast pollen. Okay, so I've been working, trying to help this lady that goes to our church, and she's had some surgeries, back surgery and knee problems, and now she's cracked a rib. And she watched a video one time, and I spoke to her a couple other times, and I'm like, you know what? So I talked to her again, and I said, may I bring you some patches? And she said yes, because she was struggling, and I just had a hard time watching. So I brought her 3 patches on Sunday, and she texted me yesterday, and she said, how do I get these patches? I have not used my cane in 2 days. So she says she still has pain, but she is just amazed that she has not been able to use had to use her cane in 2 days. And she was outside all day, working in the yard carefully because she did crack a rib. But she says, when I came in, she goes, I was doing great. So I just wanted to share that with you. Just, I guess, kind persistence and prayer, and
Mhm.
just, I guess, empathy always works.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Great. Thank you, Stacy. Isn't it wonderful that we can enhance the quality of people's life so simply, safely, naturally, and affordably? Yes, yes.
Oh.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah, I just want to comment, based on, we say we're in the caring and sharing business, or sharing and caring, whichever way you want to go, but there's many dimensions to that, isn't there? Because really, when you're really there to serve somebody, it's not what can they do for you, it's what you can do for them. When your heart really extends to them, as you did, Stacy, with your friend there at church, and as Doug, you did with your friends, it comes back manyfold. So, and that's the foundation of servant leadership, really. We're really offering a valuable service to people, and we're getting reasonable and sometimes abundant compensation for doing it. So I just love this business and I just love LifeWave.
Yeah, I'd like to give a public service announcement for Tuesday nights. That way again on Tuesday, the doctor calls. I learned so much every single time. And each
Me
one of them
too.
is a little different. Yeah. So I just want to say for people, if you're not on the Tuesday night calls, that's one that I think is really valuable for me every week. So
Great.
yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
can't
And
listen
thanks for
live,
doing that.
if you can't listen live, they're in the liveyounger.youtube.com. And so this last Tuesday with Dr. Walt,
Right.
every time, every doctor, every week, there's new little gems in there. And this is, the continuous improvement and learning process we're all going through together.
Both of you reminded me of something that, I think we should do a call on this, but I think one of the best ways we can really care about people is to ask a lot of questions. And I've learned to ask a lot of questions. And when people say that they're not really experiencing anything, the first question I ask is, how is their hydration? It's such an important part of the effectiveness of the patches that I ask that first, and I get very specific with people. Hold on one. Giving people some guidelines. Good job, Doug. Good job. Let's all have a sip, but it's really, really important that our electrical system is hydrated for the signals to actually happen. And when they're dried up like a raisin, it doesn't work so well. And people don't know what hydration means. So whether they know or not, I always define it. And we were just listening to a call this morning on, it was called Thoughtful Thursday, from one of our favorite teachers in town. She's a yoga teacher, and she was teaching Ayurvedic stuff this morning about hydration. And, she said, your urine first thing in the morning should be light yellow. And that means that you hydrated well the day before. But, starting the day with, some lemon water to alkalize your system warm is better. And sipping all day and taking body weight divided by 2 ounces, or really, noticing what color your urine is. Is it light yellow, dark yellow, or is it clear? And if it's dark yellow, you're dehydrated. If it's light yellow, you're doing well. If it's clear, you're either drinking too much or too fast. And so I really, most all coaching calls I do on the product, I always ask that. And it really makes a difference for people, especially if they say, I'm not noticing anything. We know the patches are working, and they're probably working on something that's very important that they don't know about. But the hydration is really important. And then I always ask, and this is Dr. Walt coming through me, I ask, how's your sleep? And if people aren't sleeping well, their bodies can't do that anabolic repair. So and I suggest people listen to David's talk on sleep, because he talks about 4 different patches that help us sleep, and there's different conditions for the different patches. And he talks about creating the best environment for sleep. Sleep is really, really important to our health. And I ask, are they in any pain? Because if people are in pain, typically they're not going to be able to sleep, but it affects the quality of their life. And so if we can, Dr. Walt, that's one of the first things he asks all of his patients is, how's your sleep, and are you in any pain? And if so, what level? So just getting really good at asking questions can make a really big difference in being able to serve people. So there. What else?
And Robin, I wanted to say, you mentioned that they're in our YouTube channel. That's where we can share them from. But they're also currently, until they get put up on the YouTube channel, we can always watch them on our, Live Younger page and our Facebook.
Now that's really good to know. And I did, I was searching for LifeWave Connects, And if you go to the LifeWave channel, because not everyone can make them live, if you go to the LifeWave YouTube channel and search LifeWave Connect, you'll find all the LifeWave Connect. So there's lots of different places where things live. And that's part of the journey, is finding out what's where and how to find it. So the Facebook page is a great page because we're on Facebook Live. Hello, Facebook Live people. And someone else has their hand up. Who is that?
Diane,
Oh, great, Diane.
I just wanted to tell you that the call that you did Tuesday night, I agree with Doug. That was a fantastic presentation. And I have copied and sent that to about 10 of the people I've been talking to, because you guys covered everything. You explained it in depth and so much better than I can, because I'm just new to this. And I am so glad that you guys do that.
Yeah. Did you guys like the Robin Gregory duo?
Yes.
I think we should do that regularly, honey. What do you think?
It could happen.
We're constantly trying to find out how to mix it up, how to make it better. And we're really, really open to your ideas and suggestions. And so please, give us feedback, because we want it. As Stephen Covey would say, feedback is the breakfast of champions. Anyone else before we finish our Thursday morning chat? Any hands up? Any questions? Anyone unmuting? I don't see anyone.
Well, I like the both of you.
You what? You like the both of us?
And we
Yeah,
like,
I did.
we like to both of you too.
Oh, Connie wants to say something.
Okay.
Unmute, please.
Hey, thanks so much for these calls. They're so helpful. So, Robin, you just said the 3 questions, and the last one was, are you in pain? And then get the level. So what do we do with that information?
Well, we want to help them. So if someone says they're in pain, and then I'll say, is it chronic? Is it acute? How often? And then we recommend, which patches are best for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's not just the X39. Okay.
No, if someone's in pain, we do have the single product focus for X39 for most everyone. But if someone's in pain, my goodness, we've got things to help them.
Yeah.
Ice Wave, Eon, are both fabulous for pain. I mean, we have 4 patches that help with pain. And David did a wonderful pain management seminar in the product trainings, and you can find that in the nitty gritty, and also you can find it in excuse me, our Facebook group in the guides under the David Schmidt guide, which is number 14. So there's just a lot of information all over the place. It could be a little daunting. So just take it bite-sized pieces and say, today I want to learn from David, and I want to learn about carnosine. So you go to, you can go to nittygritty101.com and go to distributor and resources, the last tab, and there's a whole section on David Schmidt. Or you can go to the Facebook group and go to unit or guide 14. They changed it from units to guides, the whole section on David Schmidt. So have fun learning.
Thank you so much.
I noticed that Doug posted that next week, David is going to be talking about Eon. So on our LifeWave Connect
All
next
right.
week, David, that'll be wonderful.
Okay. And I think Ravel's got her hand up.
Thank you so much. Very, very informative today. And I'm grateful for Connie's question, because I have a procedural question about somebody I came across in Florida last night who has, to your point, Robin, acute pain relating to nerves. So in sending her the X39 sample patch and card, would it also be applicable to or appropriate to send Ice Wave patch?
Yes. Yes. You can help her get out of pain. And, nerve pain is, it's so horrific. I mean, it's really acute, and nerve pain can, sometimes there's pain that, you put the patch on the spot. Other times it's a referred pain from something else. So, it takes time to play around and figure it out, but trust your instincts. And, when in doubt, you can always put it on the total body pain points, kidney 1 on the bottom of the feet. And that's a really good solution for a lot of things.
Mhm.
May I say something?
Sure.
I would just like to say that I've been using Eon on my husband's spine the last couple of nights, and that has really been helping with nighttime pain, similar to what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Eon is fabulous for pain relief because it's anti-inflammatory. And Eon, I wear Eon at night every night because it calms the whole body down by balancing the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Every organ operates more efficiently, and the body is in this relaxed state when we're going through that anabolic repair and regenerate time at sleep. And for some people that can't sleep, it's because of stress. And the Eon patch becomes their favorite sleep patch. So there's, it's pain relief, it's stress relief, it's anti-inflammatory. It does so many things. Thank you for that.
And
That was
here's an
great.
Eon tip. Here's an Eon tip. If you wear Eon every night on the back of your neck, I still have mine on and I need to switch it out to X39. And you wake up in the middle of the night, you have a pain somewhere else, you just peel it off and put it there. And back to sleep you go. And it works that way.
I've done that. I've done that. I bit my cheek and I did exactly that. I took it here, put it here, went back to sleep. It was fabulous. And
That's
I
great.
love that David's talking about Eon next week. Thank you for that. We just get to learn from each other. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're past our time and we get to say, have a great day. We get Friday off this week. Saturday, we have our skills training and we're going into prepare mode, correct?
Yes, and Judy, Daniel, and myself will be doing the training together, and we'll be sharing how to integrate the use of the new customer welcome letter and new distributor welcome letter into the preparation phase of getting a new person started right. So tune in Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. All right.
Bye,
Michelle,
everybody. Thank
have
you.
a
Have a
blessed
wonderful day. Happy springtime.
You can unmute your
Bye.
phone and say goodbye if you like.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Right. Thanks,
We
everyone.
love being with you guys on Monday and Thursday mornings. It's so fun.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
It's
right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Bye.